What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon back out with a brand new video, and today we're working on the fold.
Easy go.
1987 Yamaha MOTO-4. It is the Shaft YFM100T, most famous for blowing rear ends, and you could assume that's what's wrong with this, as that's exactly what's wrong with this. But the motor still runs. It sat for like 20 years. I had it running a couple times the past couple years. Sorry about the wind. Anyways, I'll show you guys. It still runs. It's already been warmed up a little bit. On. Give it a rev. Alright, so everything on that four-wheeler actually does work, except for the rear end. No sunlight. There we go. Anyways, I've tried to repair the gears in there. The one shaft that has the gear on the end of the rack and pinion is just chewed up. Like, I had to re-weld the gear to get it to be shaped right and then grind it to its actual shape. That works okay, but the only issue is all of our bearings and seals are completely shot, and we're gonna have to rig something up to get that to work again. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take it in the shop, show you guys how to take it apart to the extent of what I can do, because there is one thing that you will need to take to a shop to be able to do, unless you have the specialized part. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Anyways, first things first, when you're working on something, make sure your power switch is off and that you unhook your battery. In this case, it's a jump pack for me because I don't have a ATV battery to run. So, just like that, pull the battery out, set her aside, and boom. Also have my seat off, so that makes it a little easier to get that out. You're gonna have to pull up a lever down here, and then the seat will come up. It's on the seat itself. Next thing I want to do is that there's this bolt here, and then there's a big one down there as well. You're going to have to pull those out. I'll tell you what sizes are here in a second. And then same thing on this side. You'll have one there and there. Take those out. Your rear end will be out. But first you'll need to take off the wheels. It makes it so much easier to take your wheels off. Two back ones. Before you do so, put a jack underneath there so that way it doesn't roll away on you. Don't have to jack it up any, especially after you get the wheels off, because then you can just roll the rear end in and out. I believe it's a 5/8 socket for those. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on it. And then you're going to need to take out the 4 main bolts. They're big ones. Here, here, and same thing on the other side. Here, and then underneath. Here. And guys, the wheel lugs are 9/16. Next, you want to take off those main case bolts, and they are also 9/16. Last but not least, there's 3 bolts on that rubber shaft cover that you'll need to take out on the diff side. These bolts are 1/2-inch heads. Once you get all those bolts out, you'll be able to slide the axle back in a way, or if you don't have one of these things like I do, just pull it back some and then through. Once your rear end is out, these bolts are 10mm. On these left 2 where the shaft is, you want to also be careful because there's a nut right here, and you may want to get a second 9/16 and or wrench just to keep that steady. Anyways guys, this is the specialized part that I was talking about. It's a special hex that you're supposed to be able to put in there. It's like a reverse Allen wrench almost. Well, technically it's like an Allen wrench, except it has a hole in the middle for the shaft. Okay guys, and this does just screw out lefty-loosey, and then once you're in here, you can pull your shaft out. You guys can kind of see I tried filling it in, but it looks like it's all busted up again because, you know, yeah. Anyways, long story, short story, I threw this in there to try to help it. Didn't work. Alright, and now stuff's falling out. So this is part of a washer or seal that was in there that fell out. Of course. I don't remember if this was part of it or not, but that fell out. Anyways, so that leaves us on the inside. Once that shaft comes out, you can kind of see there's the big gear in there. That is what I really had to spend time on. It's pretty good. This should just slide up eventually. Look at that, it's a 3/4 inch nut. All you gotta do is just unscrew it. Mine was already kind of loose because I've had this off before. Unscrew that, pull off your hub off the spline, and then that whole outer case shell should just pop right off. And then to reveal the nastiness, there's parts of broken bearings in there, and yuck. And it's all dried out too. I just wanted to see if it would work. Obviously it wouldn't work for long. Right now, from the looks of it, it looks like as if possibly I'm gonna have to re-weld all that and reshape it all because that looks nasty. Yeah, let me set this down the other way here and get a better look at it. You can kind of see a little bit what I had to do. Basically just fill in the edge gaps and grind them smooth. That's why it's all shiny, but all the metal shavings weren't there before. Also note that you might have to also get new bearings and seals for the case. You might have to go to a custom shop to get them. This is what I used for doing the gears, like doing like the, fine detail work. You could use something smaller. This is basically just a little like angle cutoff wheel thingamajig, and yeah, it actually works pretty good. I've cut off exhausts with it. I've ground bolts down, nuts down, everything and anything. And they're really handy. I need to get an angle grinder, but anyways, those work great for these type things, except for when you have to get on the outside there and you can't get the gear out. I would suggest getting the gears out beforehand so you can use something a little smaller than do. Anyways, guys, I forgot to make an ending to this video while I was recording, so therefore this is going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. Be sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe if you have not already. It helps out the channel a lot. We just reached 50 subs, so let's keep this thing going. Something did happen to the Jeep. Nothing bad, but a lot of good stuff to come to the channel. I will see you guys later.